Practice number 1 in the books for Matt Rhule and the Huskers. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. We caught up with the head coach here, Matt Rhule, following his first practice here this spring, and said count on morning being the routine from here on out.
If I have my druthers, academics always comes first, but I'll always be a morning team. This 6 a.m. was not my cup of tea. I don't want to make the guys get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't think it's great for them. This was so that I could give them the Easter Saturday off. I think Easter is a time that everyone should have off to go and be with their family, or guys from far away hopefully can get with some of the local families. So to give them Easter Saturday off, I had to do Monday morning. It's a little nerve-wracking having a week off for spring break and then having to go Monday, Tuesday. But the other practices will start about 7:45 to 8 o'clock on Tuesday, Thursdays. Saturdays will start at 9, except for our coaches' clinic will be 9:30. But we'll try to practice in the mornings in the fall. I just like getting them first thing in the morning. Kind of give them a chance then to recover all day and focus on academics.
We also learned a lot of different personnel nuggets from Rhule here on Monday. A couple of players currently not with the team that are suspended. A key one, running back Anthony Grant, then defensive back Tommy Hill. Their return status to the program remains unknown. And then there are 3 players that have now moved on from the program. A pair of tight ends, James Carney and Chris Hickman, have both moved on, as well as defensive back Tyreek Johnson.
Anthony Grant's not with us right now. I've suspended Anthony until such time as I feel like he's ready to rejoin the team. Working on just academics and just general things with him. Nothing bad other than just sort of our standards as a program. So Anthony's not practicing with us today, and that'll be day by day. Good kid, just have to get him going in the right direction. Chris Hickman is not on the team. Has not. Tyreek Johnson's not on the team. And neither one of both those guys on their own, moved on. Yes, sir.
We also saw some key position moves of note. Jake Applegate, who was a standout receiver tight end in high school at Lincoln Southeast, he now will move from defense to tight end, where he's up to 238 pounds. Brody Tagaloa, who came to Nebraska as a tight end but could play defensive line, well, now he's going to make that move to defensive line, but Tagaloa is not practicing right now this spring.
We moved Brody Tagaloa, who had been with the tight ends last year. We moved him over to the defensive line. Even though he's limited during training camp. And a guy that I think's had a really good camp, winner, is Jake Applegate. He's coming off surgery. He's up to about 237 pounds. His GPS times are pretty fast. So he's limited right now. He's in a green jersey, no contact, so he can only do Indy and 7-on-7. But I like what I've seen. I'm anxious to see him develop at that position.
Everyone wants to talk quarterbacks. Rhule gave a fairly good update on the quarterbacks. And with Anthony Grant suspended here for the spring, I think one of the real stories of the offseason has been the re-emergence of Gabe Ervin Jr., who kind of got put on the back shelf a year ago, but now Ervin is very much a factor.
I like our backs. Gabe Ervin's probably been one of the stars of the offseason. He's one of the fastest guys on the team at 221 pounds, 222 pounds. To me, he can hopefully be that battering ram that puts games away. Again, 4 times last year had the lead in the third, going into the fourth, or in the fourth quarter. And so I'll never get used to that. So to me, it's we're always going to preach a fourth quarter shutout. And fourth quarter shutouts are helped by the offense when you can have 75 yards rushing in the fourth quarter. So those are things that we believe in. And I think Gabe has had a sensational camp. AJ's got a ton of talent. AJ, obviously played a little bit, then got hurt last year. I'm excited to see what he can do. Ramir Johnson, when I go back and watch the tape over the last 2 years, he's a guy that consistently flashed to me. He's healthy. He's doing a really nice job.
Last year was kind of iffy. I was still kind of recovering from that knee because, it was a big knee injury. So, I was just trying to, come back slowly, and other stuff start overcompensating, with that knee. So I was really kind of iffy last year, but now I'm 100%. I'm ready to go.
We also did hear from one of the key defenders on this football team, linebacker Luke Reimer, who is one of the real leaders in this program right now.
Yeah, it's a different scheme for sure. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, especially for us old guys. played pretty much in the same scheme for 4 years. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's what spring ball's for. That's what getting used to it, getting used to the little things of the defense. But it's definitely fun. It's fun to play in. So it'll be a good change, but it's definitely something we got to get used to, especially for the old guys.
What makes it fun?
It's more of an attacking defense, I would say.
Okay.
But there's a lot of different like blitzes and there's just a lot of movement on the defense as a whole. So it's just something we're not quite used to. It's just a little bit different.
Huskers will get right back to work again here on Tuesday morning. They'll also come back on Thursday and Saturday. Pro Day is on Wednesday. With the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.